Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Like a Boss. So Like a Boss is a Tiffany Haddish, Rose Byrne, Selma Hayek movie, and it's a comedy, and it follows the story of these two best friends who have been best friends since middle school, and they run a makeup business together. And then a third woman starts to get involved when she offers to invest a bunch of money in their company, but as long as they are making products that that woman likes. And from there's a lot of rivalry. Like a Boss was not a movie I was looking forward to at all. I thought it looked really stupid. And Tiffany Haddish, I don't think that she's made a movie I've really liked. Not made, obviously just been in, because she's just an actress. But I haven't seen a performance from her that I thought was good, because a lot of her performance just feel like she's yelling and she thinks that that's funny. Rose Byrne is a pretty good actress, and I don't think I've seen Selma Hayek in other things, but I just didn't have much anticipation for it. It looked like a really stupid comedy to me. And it's exactly what it was. Like a Boss is, for lack of a better word, cringy. It's a very cringy movie, and that's not a great adjective to describe a movie with, but there's not a whole lot of other ways to explain this. You can tell that this movie is made by an older person, and it feels like a movie made by an older person trying to reach out to younger people. And it's just a really weird juxtaposition that doesn't work. There's a lot of old people comedy with it, but it's trying to have like a new hip tone, and it just doesn't work. The two of them don't go well together at all. And the movie is just obnoxious. Every single joke is dragged on for way longer than it needs to be, and the weirdest part is that nobody in my theater was laughing. I think there are jokes in here where if you are the target audience for this movie, you'll think they're funny, but even in my theater, nobody was laughing. It was dead silent basically the entire time. And when a movie has scenes that last for 30 seconds or 20 seconds where there's a joke and then silence and then a joke and then silence and nobody's laughing, it feels really awkward, and it completely tears apart everything that the movie has. And there's also some jokes in here that are so forced in there, where it felt like they were trying to make the movie a bit longer or something like that. So they threw in a joke in a certain scene and it just didn't work. And speaking of length, this movie is 83 minutes long, which is a problem for two reasons. One, it feels way longer than 83 minutes. This felt like it was 2 hours long, maybe even a little bit longer. And that's because it got really boring because the whole movie was repetitive. But that brings me to my second part. When you have a movie that's 83 minutes long and you're constantly padding the runtime and you're constantly trying to put in more scenes so that the movie can reach a feature length, and when it feels like it's longer than it is when it's only 80 minutes, that is a huge problem, and Like a Boss suffers from that greatly. A lot of comedies like this are 95 minutes to 100 minutes. Some are even on the shorter side, close to 90 minutes. But you rarely get one that's 80 minutes long. So that's just barely reaching what you need to be considered a movie and to be released. And so without credits, this movie wouldn't be a movie. It wouldn't be considered feature length. And the fact that they still suffered to try to pad 80 minutes of runtime goes to show how little thought was put into this movie. It honestly feels like a Mad Libs where the lines are jokes that you fill in, and the rest of it is a cliched, contrived storyline. So in the end, Like a Boss is not a movie that you should go out and see. The humor is extremely obnoxious and extremely awkward, and unless you know that you'll love a movie like this, I wouldn't recommend going out and seeing it. I will give Like a Boss a 3 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Like a Boss. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what is your favorite January comedy, or comedy that's come out in January? Comment in the comment section below, and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.